This is News 3 Now at 5.
On this vote, the ayes are 232, the nays are 197. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Donald J. Trump is now the first president in U.S. history to have been impeached twice.
10 House Republicans joined their Democratic colleagues today in impeaching the president on an incitement of insurrection.
And we will have much more on today's developments in just a moment. But first, tomorrow is an alert day. Parts of our area already under winter weather advisories. Gary, what kind of mess are we expecting here?
Well, for the most part, it'll be snow. Accumulating snow will be the biggest impact. But there also could be some light freezing rain or light rain mixed in at times for parts of the area. So we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow into tomorrow evening for that occasional snow. Heaviest amounts of 3 to 4 inches, more likely up toward the Dells. Lighter amounts of about an inch down toward the Illinois state line. Winter weather advisories in effect north and west of Dane County from tomorrow morning through midnight tomorrow night. Future track snowfall about 2 to 4 inches generally across much of southern Wisconsin. I think the 3 or 4 inch amounts will be closer toward the Dells and the lighter amounts down toward the Illinois state line. But there also could be some light freezing rain. If that occurs before the snow, that could get roads slick and then have the snowfall on top of it. That could make a bigger impact. High resolution radar, quiet right now. The storm that we're watching just moving through the Dakotas, but it'll be in here by tomorrow morning. Visibility is right now okay, but we'll probably see some patchy fog form overnight, as has been the case the last couple of days, because temperatures are above freezing. In fact, in the 40s over southwestern Wisconsin, we're melting a little snow, and that adds moisture to the air. So expect cloudy skies, some areas of fog overnight, low temperatures mid-20s, and then the snow develops by mid to late morning tomorrow west of Madison and everywhere during the afternoon. Tomorrow's high temperature at 34. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more chances for at least some flurries through the weekend.
Gary, thank you. Again, our top story tonight, President Trump, now the first president in history to be impeached twice. A majority of the House voted to impeach the president today on the charge of inciting an insurrection. House Democrats accused President Trump of playing a role in last Wednesday's events at the Capitol when armed protesters stormed the building. 5 people, including a Capitol police officer, died. Every House Democrat voted to impeach President Trump, as well as 10 Republicans. It's the highest number of members from a president's own party to ever vote in favor of impeachment. Now, the Senate still needs to hold its portion of the impeachment process. A trial, in this case, won't happen until at least next week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the Senate will not be back in session until next Tuesday. That is the day before President Trump's term in office ends. The Senate can still vote to convict, even if President-elect Biden has taken office. Top Democrats don't expect that to happen until after Joe Biden's first 100 days as president.
Wisconsin's representatives voted along party lines during today's impeachment vote. Congressman Mark Pocan says it was a way to hold President Trump accountable, adding that future presidents must know their actions have consequences.
We've damaged our reputation across the globe, and for what? So, Donald Trump can have a lot of Twitter followers. We need to move beyond that. So I think, Joe Biden will try to reach across the aisle and get things done and have that unity. And by having this accountability, this action is important to move towards us being able to work together.
We're also hearing from Congressman Brian Stile tonight. Stile voted against the president's impeachment and called today's vote, quote, not only a horrible precedent for future administrations, adding it will further divide our country.
Madison police are preparing for potential armed protests at the Wisconsin State Capitol building in the coming days. Interim Madison Police Chief Vic Wall says MPD is working with State Capitol Police to run a unified command post so they can respond to any potential threat effectively and efficiently. He also says they're ramping up staffing and preparing a security plan.
We certainly encourage people that want to come to a protest or engage in expressive activity to leave the guns at home. I think it makes it much more difficult, obviously, for the officers policing these events when you have people that are armed or people that are openly carrying firearms.
The possibility of an armed protest also raises the question, are people allowed to bring guns to the Capitol? Well, tune in to News 3 Now. Tonight at 6, our Jamie Perez will have the answer. Meanwhile, Governor Evers says about 500 Wisconsin National Guard troops will mobilize for federal duty next week. He says they'll support civil authorities in the Washington, D.C. area ahead of President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. Stay with us on our website, channel3000.com, and on the CBS Evening News for the very latest as President Trump heads to his historic second impeachment trial.
To our coronavirus headlines now. Today we learned the new COVID variant is here in our state. Brady Mallory joins us now to explain why that may lead to a spike in coronavirus numbers and what it could mean for the spread of the virus. Brady?
Well, DHS announced today that a COVID-19 variant first found in the UK has made its way to Wisconsin and will likely cause an increase in the state's cases. Well, the variant is believed to be more contagious than COVID-19 and can easily spread person to person. But mutations are more common than you might think, and doctors say you probably shouldn't worry about this one.
It doesn't necessarily mean that the trajectory has been altered. I think if the vaccine rollout continues, if it gets accelerated even more, so more and more people can be protected against it, and eventually I hope that this will be a variant like many other mutations that this virus has had and won't change anything.
Although it's more contagious, there is no evidence the variant causes more severe disease or leads to more hospitalizations. And doctors say there's a good chance the COVID-19 vaccine may protect against the mutation as well. The measures that we know protect against COVID-19 will also work against the variant, so keep wearing masks and social distancing. Doctors say it's more important now than ever that the virus is mutating, that we work to keep each other safe.
Brady, thank you. DHS and county dashboards show an increase of more than 2,200 coronavirus cases over the past day. 40 more people have died, while DHS says nearly 28,000 of the state's 513,000 all-time COVID-19 cases remain active. The Wisconsin National Guard is asking people not to believe everything they read online. The National Guard posted on its Twitter today that rumors circulating on the internet about martial law are false. The debunked viral post says people should stock up on supplies during a mandatory 2-week quarantine. The Guard says people should stop sharing that rumor and seek out more trusted sources.
More than 10 million Americans have received their first dose of a coronavirus vaccine. The CDC says 29 million doses of the vaccine have been distributed. The Trump administration announced changes yesterday aimed at speeding up the vaccine administration process that includes the release of more doses and urging states to vaccinate anyone 65 and older.
Governor Tony Evers is still hopeful that members of the Assembly will pass an amended COVID relief bill. Our Amy Reed spoke to him today about what Wisconsin should expect if they don't. Amy?
Evers told me he thought that the Assembly, Senate, and he had come to a compromise before. Last night, the Assembly Speaker indicated he wouldn't compromise his conservative values in this legislation. Before the State of the State, the Senate approved an amendment that meshed with some of what the legislature asked for and the governor wanted. Without the Assembly's approval, though, the bill can't become law. But Evers said today if they only put forward a bill with what he called poison pills, he'll have to veto it.
I can't line item this issue, so I'm anticipating that either we're going to find a way for him to agree with the Senate. You know, he said the Senate agreed with his proposal. Well, that didn't happen.
The Senate Majority Leader told me he did like the Assembly bill, but he knew the governor wouldn't sign it. And this is a different dynamic than what we've seen the last 2 years under different Senate leadership. Evers said he's hopeful the compromise can continue, not just on this bill, but looking ahead to the budget that all three are going to need to agree on this summer.
Amy, thank you. There is still no timeline on how soon high school athletes in Madison will be back on the field. The winter sports season was postponed due to the state's surge in coronavirus cases, and that means sports like basketball, wrestling, indoor track and field, swimming, and cheerleading are all on hold. MMSD's athletic director says even with sports on pause, the athletes can still work at improving their skills on and off the court.
Especially for our in-season athletes. And for our out-of-season athletes, it's to keep them fit. And hopefully we do some prehab and rehab with our UW health trainers that are part of the district and try to get the kids to when we are able to return, they'll be able to be ready.
Schlitz says right now Madison City Schools are working to figure out how players can have contact days with their coaches. Currently, they're holding most practices via Zoom and other social platforms. Well, there is a question that hangs around the awful details out of Greene County that we first told you about last night. Why didn't the teenage father and mother give their baby to someone who could care for it?
Well, the baby's 16-year-old father faces homicide charges now for killing the child. Gabrielle Gabriela Becerra explains what legal options parents can turn to if they decide they are unfit or don't want a baby after it's born. Gabby?
Well, a fire station is one of the few places where someone could drop off a newborn baby that they can't take care of. All they have to do is ring the doorbell, hand the baby over to the emergency professional, and Wisconsin law says nobody has to know. Besides adoption, parents have one legal option: to give up a newborn baby with no questions asked.
Since 2001, we have had what we call a safe haven law, and it does provide for a parent to relinquish a newborn child, again, up to 72 hours old.
Wisconsin law says a child can only be given to a police officer, a 911 emergency medical worker, or a hospital staff member. President of Wisconsin Family Action, a church-based pro-life organization, Julaine Appling, says the baby must be given to a person and not left by itself.
That person has to try to get a little bit of information from the parent or whoever is helping the parent relinquish the child.
That information is this form, which asks about when and where the child was born, but it isn't required to be filled out.
The law is pretty clear that the anonymity of the parent, and including the person who might be helping, is pretty well protected.
Contact information is only required if the baby is more than 3 days old, was harmed, or if the parent is being forced to give up the baby.
It's a wonderful opportunity for people in these, vulnerable pregnancies, or they have the baby and then something happens, they say, wait a minute, I can't do this.
After the baby is turned over to law enforcement, social services will take the case.
I think the problem with our safe haven law is not enough people know about it. We don't promote it anywhere.
The Wisconsin Department of Children and Families has more information, including hotlines that parents can call to learn more about their options, including adoption and the safe haven law. We'll also have that information on our website, channel3000.com.
Boy, such a sad story, but some important information. Gabby, thank you. And there's more ahead at 5 tonight. The chief advisor for the Trump administration's Vaccine Development Agency is stepping down. What he says his role will be with the incoming Biden administration. That's next.
Plus, President-elect Biden's transition team is planning for Inauguration Day, how they plan on celebrating with the rest of the country.
And a look at Wall Street today. The Dow loses 8 points, while the others each see modest gains in Wednesday trading. NASDAQ gains 56, S&P up more than 8.5. And we'll be right back.
Worth of top brand home furnishings must be sold at Ashley Home Store. All furniture is up to 50% off store-wide. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our sale prices at checkout. And interest-free financing for up to 3 years. Stretch your stimulus check further at Ashley Home Store.
Keep your home warm and your family healthy with help from Menards. Guardian by Knauf Insulation is the perfect solution for lowering your heating bill. R11 Craft Paper-Faced or Unfaced Insulation is your choice. $9.99 a roll. Improve the air quality in the home for your family and protect your furnace with best air filters. Available in various sizes for only $14.99. Find these and other amazing deals now during Menards Project Day sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Love lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick and Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence. Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer. Now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
The $6 million stimulus sell-off is now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save huge on top brand appliances, including top brand doorbusters like these. Plus special no-interest financing for 18 months and quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Hi, folks. Thursday, we'll update the snow chances in your First Warn forecast, and we're talking to a constitutional law expert about impeachment and whether it means President Trump can be blocked from taking office again. See you Thursday morning.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. On air, online, and download the Channel 3000 First Warn app. Be the first to know what's headed our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. The chief scientific advisor for Operation Warp Speed has submitted his resignation.
CNN reports it was done at the request of the incoming Biden administration. Moncef Slaoui confirmed this morning he has submitted his resignation letter. The Biden transition team says he will stay on for 30 days to ensure a smooth transition. Slaoui will then become a consultant to the administration. It's not yet known if President-elect Biden plans to appoint a successor for the government agency, playing a role in the development of vaccines.
The Biden transition team is working to put together an Inauguration Day TV special next week. Since traditional celebrations can't happen this year during the pandemic, the transition team is producing a 90-minute program. It's called Celebrating America. It'll feature remarks from President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris with a focus on American heroes like frontline workers, teachers, and healthcare workers. The special will start next Wednesday at 7:30 Central. It'll air right here on CBS.
At 92, Jack Naughton has lived through a lot. He's a World War II veteran, a longtime high school counselor, and just an overall sweet man. His compassion for others, well, it runs longer than his facial hair, which got pretty long because he went months without shaving. We'll have the story behind this beard and the joy that it's providing during the pandemic. That story's coming up tonight only on News 3 Now at 6.
All right, time now to get a look at your First Warn weather. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, snow is on the way by this time tomorrow, and there could be a little bit of light freezing rain or light rain mixed in as well. So we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow and tomorrow evening for occasional snow. We're looking at accumulations about 1 to 4 inches, 1 inch down toward the Illinois state line, maybe 3 or 4 inches farther north and west toward the Dells. A little bit of light rain or freezing rain also could be mixed in as well. Computer model forecasts show a general 2 to 4 inches of snow through much of western and northwestern Wisconsin into southern Wisconsin. The amounts will probably be a little bit less down toward the Illinois state line where there's a little bit better chance for a mix. Farther north and west, some of these amounts could be higher, and there also could be some stronger winds, and that could lead to some significant travel problems. Also, a little bit of light freezing rain, not looking for widespread icing, but if it occurs before the snow and the roads are untreated, you could run into some slippery roads with snow over ice. Winter weather advisories in effect for areas north and west of Dane County through from tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. Winter storm watch in effect for parts of northwestern Wisconsin into including Eau Claire and Black River Falls into the Twin Cities metro area, much of southern Minnesota, northwestern Iowa. That's the area they might see amounts of snow similar to ours, but with a lot of wind, or they could even see a little bit heavier amounts of snow. On future track, you can see the clouds overnight, mostly cloudy, some patchy areas of fog. Precipitation still out to our west by early tomorrow morning, but as it comes through, we could see that mix of precipitation changing over to mainly snow by late afternoon and evening. By early evening, it should start to transition to flurries. The whole center of the circulation will be located just to our north and west, so we're kind of in the eye of the storm with relatively light winds, but just out to the west, the winds will be howling across parts of western Minnesota and western Iowa. So if you do have travel plans going out in that direction for tomorrow, you could be looking at near blizzard conditions by late tomorrow afternoon. And then the snow showers and flurries just kind of wrap their way back into southern Wisconsin on Friday into Saturday morning with some flurries. Snow depth right now starting to come down because of the melting that we had today. Temperatures so far have reached the upper 30s to lower 40s, so that's melted a little bit of the snow. That could add to moisture in the air. We're already starting to see some areas of fog form over north central Wisconsin. Probably see some areas of fog here before too long, but right now all our attention is on that weather system moving through the Dakotas. So winter weather advisory north and west of Dane County from tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. Look for a high tomorrow of 34 degrees with snow developing, possibly mixed with a little bit of freezing rain or rain. On future track, this begins 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. The precipitation comes in pretty much widespread west of Madison, moves through during the afternoon and evening hours, then winds down to just some flurries overnight. As far as snowfall amounts, again, 2 to 4 inches north and west of Madison, maybe an inch down toward the Illinois state line, and a little bit of light freezing rain as well. Keep an eye on that. 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures drop off a little bit for the start of next week. Almost a daily chance of flurries into early next week. Colder weather at the end of next week could be followed by another weather system that brings a better chance for some snow. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, not seeing any problems out there. Again, that'll change this time tomorrow. Beltline right now in pretty good shape either direction, as well as I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison. A little bit of a slowdown on East Washington Avenue from downtown out toward Easttown Mall. 15-minute commute either direction on the Beltline between University Avenue and I-39, 90. Heading out of Madison down towards Janesville, it'll take you 25 minutes from the Beltline southward. 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and on East Washington Avenue and US 151 to Sun Prairie, it's an 18-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Okay, Gary, thanks. Now, up next, we're going to have a response just out from the president and also why millions of Americans are still putting off seeing doctors during the pandemic. We'll have details after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The forecast calls for a messy commute. The Ford lineup helps keep you in command. Intelligent four-wheel drive monitors traction, and a terrain management system adapts to road conditions at the turn of a knob. So you're ready to take on the elements with confidence.
Power through the storm in a new Ford Explorer, now with 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,250 bonus cash. See your Wisconsin dealer today.
The day after chemo might mean a trip back to the doctor's office, just for a shot. But why go back there when you can stay home? With Neulasta Onpro, strong chemo can put you at risk of serious infection. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Neulasta Onpro is designed to deliver Neulasta the day after chemo and is used by most patients today.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to it, or Neupogen, filgrastim. An incomplete dose could increase infection risk. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
If you'd rather be home, ask your doctor about Neulasta Onpro. Pay no more than $5 per dose with copay card.
The New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so there's still time to find great deals on your perfect mattress. Shop today, and the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score free shipping, and check out the Summit Firm for only $199.99. Save $100 on our entire Doctor's Choice lineup. Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 5 years no-interest financing. Hurry! The extended New Year's Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX, with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert, and Amazon Alexa compatibility, standard. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form.
Lease the 2021 NX300 all-wheel drive for $359 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We have an update to the breaking news that we brought you at the top of the show. President Trump has responded to his historic second impeachment in a video posted to the White House's Twitter page.
We have seen political violence spiral out of control.
We have seen too many riots, too many mobs, too many acts of intimidation and destruction. It must stop. Whether you are on the right or on the left, a Democrat or a Republican, there is never a justification for violence. No excuses.
In the video, the president also denounces any violence or law breaking in the coming days. The FBI has said armed demonstrations are planned at all 50 state capitals as well as at the U.S. Capitol leading up to Election Day. Of course, we'll be following that closely in the days to come.
Next at 5, research shows many people are putting off doctor's appointments and emergency care during the pandemic.
Health experts say those decisions can lead to deadly consequences. Nancy Chen reports.
Will Fontaine had been feeling tired and having chest pain for months, but the Florida grandfather says he was worried about being exposed to COVID-19, so he delayed seeing a doctor. When he finally made an appointment,
I had 100% blockage in one of my arteries and 80 and 70% in 2 of the other arteries.
Tests showed he could have had a heart attack at any moment and that he needed triple bypass surgery.
Do you think you would be here today without that surgery?
Feeling as good as I do now and how bad I felt before, I'm not so sure that I would still be alive.
A survey from the Orlando Health Heart and Vascular Institute shows 67% of Americans are concerned about going to medical appointments when coronavirus rates are high.
There's still significant reservation in patient groups with regard to seeking medical care.
Nearly 3 in 5 are hesitant to go to the hospital for an emergency. Cardiothoracic surgeon Dr. Stephen Hoff worries that could have deadly consequences.
We believe it's very safe to come to a medical institution. Delays in diagnosis and treatment lead to bad outcomes.
Fontaine is glad he finally got the care he needed.
Getting back to playing with the grandkids and wearing them out instead of them wearing me out at the end of the day.
He urges others not to put off their health like he did. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
And doctors say telehealth can also be a good initial option for patients to check in with their healthcare providers. A final check of your firstborn forecast with Gary when we come back.
The modern farmhouse look is here to stay, and we have it for less at Slumberland Furniture. Use a beige or light gray sofa as your base to build on. Add home-style pillows and unique farmhouse accessories. Get your current look for less at Slumberland Furniture.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. Download the Channel 3000 Firstborn app, sponsored by Group Health Cooperative, and be prepared for anything headed our way.
So I can get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements? Yep, all season long.
And do I have to get the most expensive plan?
Nope, no plan restrictions.
Okay, but we have to trade in our phones.
Right?
Right?
Nope, keep your phones.
Did you say free phone?
Yep, the latest phone's free for you.
Okay,
Switch to U.S. Cellular and get the latest phones free, available all season long with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Extended through January 15th. Join Planet Fitness for no enrollment. $10 a month, no commitment. 2020 is over. Start 2021 with tons of ways to get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. And spread out while you work out with cardio distancing and our new crowd meter. Plus, use our app to get moving anywhere. Your fitness is essential, so kick things off with the year's best deal. Join for no enrollment, $10 a month, no commitment. Deal ends January 15th.
5 Madison area locations. Sign up for $10 a month. Stop in today.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the January mattress sale at Slumberland Furniture. Start your year off with a great night's sleep. Get a Sealy memory foam queen mattress for $349. Comes conveniently in a box. The January mattress sale at Slumberland.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the pet food recall tonight that's expanding after 70 dogs have died and more than 80 fall ill. What you need to know to protect your pet. We've got that and more news tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
And before we leave you at 5, a final check with Gary.
Yeah, things are quiet right now, but winter weather advisories are in effect from tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening for areas west and north of Dane County. Snowfall amounts of 1 to 4 inches are expected. Heaviest amounts probably up toward the Dells. There also could be a little bit of light freezing rain as well, so we'll have to keep that in mind. There could be slippery road conditions tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening.
Gary, thanks. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.